Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. Welcome back, guys. And we've got some dude shooting our hero Battlesnake. No idea what Tornado 12 gauge is up to in his Cromwell B, but never fear because he will not be around for much longer. He will not be a problem. We're on Pilsen, North Spawn, medium tank. We are top tier, and we're going to go over to the 0 line. Fair enough. Looks like a good spot. I think this is a good one to talk about based on the earlier one with Pilgrim, because there's going to be some decision making with medium tanks here and what you do end game. You preserve your vote to the end. What do you do? How do you react? How do you force good positions and good situations? I'm really surprised he didn't end up seeing you right there. All the bushes in this column are kind of hard to figure out. I'm assuming they use hitboxes or whatever they use for the different parts of the bush that actually provide cover, and because they're kind of scraggly in some places, it's a little bit difficult to know what's really giving you cover for. So for whatever reason, that Hellcat just did not see you right there. Nice job though working on the Hellcat. We got him down, but we're down 2-4, and we can tell that we've got a really strong push over on this side, but on the other side on the west, we got a bit of a situation developing with just an HT number 6. Nice shot on the Cromwell and the what is it? The Oni. All right, so that bears watching, and it should basically play into our decisions over here. Now the Tiger looks like he's just going to use those hit points and his being the big daddy rabbit to his advantage. He's just driving in on these guys. He is tunneling through the bushes. That's a good idea. And we follow up. I like this. You're following up with him. That's good. Now we're going to talk a little bit about this because I thought you could be a little more aggressive in here with your follow-up. We find the Pudel. That's nice. Looks like we got a guy lit up on their sniper hill at the Su-100. Put a nice shot on him. Low roll at 273. That's a bummer. This is a 300 Alpha gun. And the Su-100. And I think right here, what you want to be doing is moving as you shoot. So shoot and then move. And then you actually had a shot on him. Yeah, you do sort of have a shot on him on the T-21. And you definitely have a shot on him as well. So I'm not sure what you're looking at exactly. The Pudel dies, and we're reloaded. Okay, good enough. That's not bad. So here's this 100. Hit him, boom, and then move forward. All right, because this is your advantage, and the Tiger's taking a bunch of hits, and we're kind of far away with a relatively derpy gun. Got a Hellcat. The Stur's even further back, and we got two Hellcats. Look at that. So I think because of the long reload with this medium tank, that you follow your strength up and keep on pushing in. Keep on pushing in with an idea of getting around behind these guys if you can. E25 comes off the hill and decides to go try to finish off the Tiger. Do a nice job killing the Su-100. We zoom out and we're kind of hanging out here. And this is another reason why I thought maybe if you'd have been a little bit further forward, it would have been better off for your team. Initially, I was saying there's no way you're getting a shot on this E25, but he actually comes up and over the track and you do a nice job putting a big thump on him, and that was a big deal, keeping your Tiger from getting hit a few more times. And now the E25 knows he's in trouble, tries to make a runner and gets nuked by the Hellcat. So really nicely done taking down that E25. But again, in between shots, I'd have already been moving up so that you're up further with all your hit points. Remember, you're top tier, helping preserve some of the hit points of your team. So Oni is still alive. He won't be for very long, but that's fine for moving in. We see this T-21 coming. His marker's going from right to left, which means he's probably headed around this corner. I thought you were going to come right up here, meet him face to face, and take him out, but we jammed the brakes on and meet reverse. I would have gone up over here along the edge of this hill, the edge of this coal pile right here, because then I can dictate the engagement much better than sitting out in the open. Then I thought, oh, he's going back in the bushes to bush up. And you were, but all that's going to do is give you one free shot, and then he sees you. You should have double bush if that's what you were going to do. Double bush so he doesn't get a light on you. I would have rather been over where the Hellcat was, because then I can dictate pokes. I wish I could dictate popes. I don't know why that would be good, but let's just say you could, that you would want to, right? I mean, random tangent. Dictating popes and pokes. Out in the open, he dictates when he comes out and shoots. You have no vote. If you're over on the edge, you can have a vote as far as covering up. And he's got to be forced to come around the corner. And as a matter of fact, if he comes far enough around the corner, these guys get a shot. But with you on this angle over here, you're purely just letting him dictate when shots come in. And he gets two shots that he didn't deserve. You probably were going to take one no matter what you do. I don't think you were going to take two. You get stunned. The good news is you don't take any damage from the stun. And thank goodness he didn't get one more shot on you. So there's one shot of damage. you probably didn't need to take. Like I said, up along this edge, that's working the micro position within good positions. And I like how you're following up, but now I'm looking over there going, the Oni's dead. I'd go back, man. I'd take this fast medium and all my hit points and go take out whatever tanks are foolish enough to keep on pushing onto the cap with 2 Artie and a super Hellcat. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to push around here, and it looks like we're going Artie hunting, which, you know, is the sport of kings. It is the sport of kings, but there's too many heavies still alive. I don't like that there's a KV3, a Black Prince, and an 85 altogether. Potentially, that may all be coming back to their cap or all going to our cap, which is probably worse for you guys right now. If they could all jump on the cap, take out the super and maybe an Artie or two, man, you guys are going to be in bad shape. So we advertise the fact that we're here. It may have even seen 2 on cap. Looks like that guy's seen. He takes an Artie shot. And then we push in here. Again, Artie hunting is the sport of kings. I think you had a bigger problem, though, with potential going back on cap. Good news is that's not what happened. The KV-85 comes back. I have no idea what the KV-3 is doing all this time. It would be interesting. Based on the way he's playing, probably driving in circles. We'll see that in just a minute. The Black Prince actually goes to the cap, so they split up, and that's helpful. The other thing that this does for you is it helps you find somebody who's lurking in a bush right about there. The Hellcat. Put a nice thump on him. 304, good average roll. Little ram action doesn't quite kill him. Driver's hurt. And we get Artie. As soon as I got Artie and I had a hurt driver, I'd hit 5 because I don't want to be stunned. I don't want my reload slow, and I'd love to get reloaded before that Hellcat reloads. You both have a pretty long reload on the bigger guns right there, and you were pretty far along, and I think you would have saved yourself this shot right there. See how close you were to reloading? It would have been close, but I think you would have had it if you got stunned and immediately hit 5 and got rid of the stun. This is the part of the game where you use that stuff, right? The game is in the balance. That those few seconds matter. You just gave 250 hit points up that you may not have had to give up if you'd have pressed reload. So we're unstunned. Again, our driver's hurt. I don't know if you didn't notice it or we're just saving the kit. No reason to. I definitely would have fixed it. You're going to notice it here in a minute. Come up and over. M44 dies. Fantastic. We know where the KV-85 is. There's the Black Prince. The Black Prince is attempting to, I don't know what. And we head on in here. So I like this. Now we got to be careful, though, because the KV-3 was last seen in here, but goodness gracious, he just got lit. That's a good thing. I don't think we noticed that very much. Oop. I think I would have ignored the KV-3, gone through these lower factories, and come around behind the Black Prince and make sure he goes away. Who cares about the KV-83 or the KV-3 right now? But he actually comes out. We get lucky because he's not looking at us. And I guess that was HE on the Hellcat because I think he's running the big 122 based on what the gun looks like to me. A little bit surprised that the Hellcat did not disintegrate right there. And it may be, I don't know, he may be firing the 100, but I believe the big gun, the 390, the 122, is the only one that's got the muzzle brake on it for a KV-3, and this thing definitely has a muzzle brake. So probably shooting HE, I guess, on that, and maybe hit him in the matlet and just didn't get that good pen on him because the Hellcat should have gone away. But he did not. That's a good thing. So we've got this guy cornered. I like the 2 directions we're coming from. That's how you beat the heavy tanks like that. You give them a crossfire they can't handle. I don't know, there's another HE shot that didn't pin. So we'll take a look at that when we come around the corner, because I'm pretty sure it's the big 122. Let's see here. Yeah, that looks like it, right? Or is it too skinny? I don't know. I feel like maybe it is the little 85 or something. Yeah. He's struggling to do damage. He ends up killing the Hellcat right there. If he had half a brain, he'd be driving right at you, especially since it's just you and 2 artillery. Black Prince misses. Holy cow, that was lucky. And then I'm thinking, well, that's the end of this game, right? It should be over. And we uncover and shoot at him. Oh, man, I'd have never done that. He clearly saw you. I would have just headed along the edge of this and gone around this corner. And it looks like the KV-3 is not coming anyway. Move your way around to take out the Black Prince and then start worrying about how you're going to deal with the KV-3. Black Prince gets stunned. You do a nice job coming around here and going, all right, let me look with my camera. What's he doing? Yeah, he's looking at me. I don't want to poke. That'd be very bad with your 90 hit points. That would not have worked out. And the KV-80 or the KV-3, I keep trying to call it a KV-83. The KV-3 finally kind of figures out what's what and comes at you. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, this is going to suck. And we hit him. And we do a high roll of, oh, it's a low roll of 287, but we light him on fire and he burns to the ground. Holy cow. How lucky is that? Black Prince is not coming back to help his buddy. He decides to cap. Well, a couple of Muppets, man. A couple of Muppets really helped you end game right there. I thought there was a couple moves there were maybe a mistake, but they ended up working out. I would have stopped much sooner. As soon as I saw that marker start moving from right to left, I'd have stopped the back here, slammed the brakes on, and zoomed in and shot this guy in the side. As it is, we don't have a fully zoomed shot. We just barely missed the guy. Nice job with avoiding the gold shooting, man. I mean, we've done a lot of damage here. We got 3,346 on a bloody tier 7 Leo of all things. Really nicely done in a good game. And we did the vast majority of it without gold. In fact, I don't know if you fired any gold. So lots of rubble and things here in these big canisters, whatever they are. And a nice shot right into the back to finish it off with 5 kills, 3,388 damage, 578 assists. Really nicely done there, Battlesnake. Good job. I just thought there was a couple situations in there. It's kind of like we talked about with Pilgrim earlier, where a different decision might have been nice. Moving forward after shots to get a little bit closer in to your work right there and help your guys out. Maybe you distribute some of the damage to your hit points. A lot of times today, everybody wants to stay as far back and keep as many hit points as they want. I get it. Maintaining hit points and your vote is very important, but I also think following up an advantage and creating more of an advantage is important as well. I would have gone back, excuse me, to my cap instead of going after Artie, but it actually ended up working out for you. And then I think you probably should have fixed your stun faster. You may have saved yourself another 250 hit points there. A little bit lucky end game with some misses and some things that those guys did. That KV-3 should have just pushed you and chased you and killed you. He would have been safer inside the factory anyway, based on the artillery shooting at him, so it's very surprising that he sat there, but he did. And nice job with the crossfire on the Hellcat. Too bad the Hellcat got pinned right there. I should have timed actually the shot between the first one the Hellcat took and the second one. That may have helped us know if that was actually the 390, but I'm not sure. All right, man. I appreciate you sending that in. Lots of good little things on there. And because we're talking today about preserving or getting to the end of the game, another good job of being the guy that helps decide the game. So nicely done, man. I appreciate that. That's all I've got today, guys. We will see you.